Previously on Phantom Llama's Den.
Gosh, these guns are awesome. Steve actually asked me when I was going to do a review on my AR-15. As much as I trust and like my AR-15, I think I Welcome back to the channel, Den members. Today we're going to be doing a discussion on America's rifle, the most sold rifle in the United States of America, which is the AR-15 platform. Before we continue, empty magazine, nothing in the chamber. Clear, safe gun. Steve was asking me when I was going to do a showcase on this, and I've really not been that interested in doing one. It has nothing to do with the BS politics behind the AR-15 or assault rifles in general. It has nothing to do with that. Truth be told, I really like my AR. I think it's an amazing platform. It's a very versatile platform. And in the heat of the moment, if I ever need a gun for defending my home, defending my family, and I have access to my safe, I'm either going to be grabbing my AR or my Benelli M4. Just depends on what the situation is. At the same time, as much as I like AR-15s, they kind of bore me. And I know that that's gonna get hate from a lot of people in the gun community. Hear me out. It's a very efficient weapons platform. It does the job, has done the job for decades very well, very effectively. And there's a reason the AR-15 refuses to die. With the new SIG contract on the MCX, I'll be interested to see if they can kill it off. It's a great rifle. It is dependable, it is rugged. There's lots of arguments between the AK and the AR family about that. Just go watch some of Brandon Herrera and Garand Thumb's videos about it. But where the AR loses me, or I start to feel a little lackluster, is it's just not interesting. And it doesn't need to be, because it is a gun, it is meant to defend, it is meant to protect. It is designed to quickly deliver a projectile at a target that you do not want hurting you. It is very good at that job. But it just isn't as interesting as some exotic guns. You could say that the AR-15 has been so perfected as a weapon system that it has no soul. It is a utilitarian tool for defense. In that trade-off, it lost its soul. Look at the M1 Garand, or Garand. We're gonna keep doing that. When you hold this rifle, when you shoot it, it feels special. It feels really special when it goes ping after the 8th round is shot. By modern standards, it is an outdated rifle. There's a reason we don't use the M1 anymore. The wood will warp in certain atmospheres. It doesn't have as high a capacity for ammunition. 30-06 isn't the most efficient cartridge. We won't even get into the 7th round stoppage that still plagues some of these guys, and we'll do a video on that. But that's something that, that's a rabbit hole to go down. Really fascinating. Even though this rifle is retired and has been superseded by a modern assault rifle, when you shoot this, or at least when I shoot the M1, I feel something more than when I shoot the AR. Carrying on in that same vein, you got the Benelli M4. Again, cleared. When you shoot the Benelli M4, you feel something. Yes, you feel it hit your shoulder. As I said in my review of the Benelli M4, it feels premium. This thing feels special. It has nothing to do with the movie pedigree, whether it's Zombieland or John Wick, as fun as those movies are. But the Benelli M4 has a character too. It has a soul. It is unique. It is far more unique than the AR. We have all these exotic, unique guns that do feel special, but the gun that is most purchased in this country because of its reliability just doesn't feel special. And that's okay, because when push comes to shove, a gun doesn't need to feel special. Not everything's special. I kind of look at it the same way as cars. My wife and I have a Ford Escape. It's a very good car by today's standards, lower standards. It's a very good car. It gets good gas mileage. It's dependable. It has lots of cargo space, but it's boring. Everybody has a crossover versus the Corvette. Completely impractical car. I mean, it gets decent gas mileage, but it only seats two. You can't get a dog. There's enough luggage space behind the back seat for a week trip if you really need to. But the Corvette has so much more character than the Escape. When push comes to shove, we're taking the Escape on a road trip. But if I'm going for a cruise or if I just want to go drive for fun, I'm taking the Corvette. And that's kind of how I feel about guns. I don't know. Maybe it's the millennial side of me here. Maybe it's just I'm romanticizing firearms. But I feel like I have to acknowledge that if I go to the range to have a day of fun, I'm not really taking my AR-15 out because I don't consider it one of my special guns. Maybe that'll change once I have my custom built one done and I know that everything that's in that gun was picked, hand selected, and put into that firearm by me. Maybe that's the problem. Again, I'm not one of those people that's saying, this is just as good as a Daniel defense gun. Please. Whenever somebody says just as good, it's usually just them trying to convince themselves otherwise. I will say this gets the job done, but it definitely has room for improvement. And maybe those improvements are what makes an AR-15 feel more special than something that's just a step above mil-spec. I just wanted to clear the air on that because I know I've had a few of my friends even comment in person, why haven't you done a video on your AR? Why aren't you talking about ARs? They honestly thought I was trying to avoid assault rifles. If my life is dependent on a gun, I'm either taking my AR-15 or my Benelli M4 or my Glock. Glock is another one. Glocks are really uninteresting. I said that in my Glock 45 review. That I put Glocks along with the AR-15. It's a good weapon system, but there's nothing special about them. Sound off in the comment section what you think of the AR-15, whether you love it, you hate it, you do think it's interesting. Thank you for the support. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already and hitting that bell icon for future content. We're actually going out to Llama Ranch this weekend, so be looking forward to some video from there again. As always, don't take life too seriously and make it a great day.